Aloha folks, and welcome to today's video. Today is March 24th, 2022. And for those of you that follow my videos, you'll know that I just completed leading a group through a 9-day liver cleanse, which I also participated in. So I'm feeling pretty fantastic. And all of my group participants have reported back that they are feeling much lighter. And many of them are saying that their senses are heightened, particularly their sense of smell and sense of taste, and that their sense of taste is actually altered a little bit. So I'd like to talk about altering sense of taste. And the reason being is because I've talked to some people out there, and I know that your biggest concern with cleansing and changing your dietary habits is your sense of taste. That there's a lot of things out there that you can't stand the taste of. And so you're concerned, how am I going to get past this? How can I break free of these habits of addictive habits of these terribly processed sugary treats? And perhaps it's not even sugary treats, perhaps it's deep fried things. Some people have a taste for salt and grease as well. And these are things that are holding us back. And there's belief systems and emotions that are tied to it that are holding us back. So I'd like to talk about changing taste a little bit. So especially for those who've ever habitually smoked cigarettes for a period of time or continue to habitually smoke cigarettes, you'll be able to relate to this the most. And hopefully those that have never done that will be able to understand what I'm getting at and can find examples in their own life where they can relate. So if you've ever tried smoking a cigarette, it is nasty, it's terrible, it makes you cough, it burns the throat, the mouth, burns the eyes. And yet there's a lot of influence into convincing a person to keep smoking. Everybody's doing it. I look so cool. I look so cool. All the cool kids are doing it. And that thought is what keeps a person to continue to smoke, even though everything in their body is saying this is gross and disgusting. We need to cough it out. The smoker continues to smoke because they think they look so cool. And if you're a smoker from a previous generation, it's because 9 out of 10 doctors on the TV ads said that they approved. Yeah, you won't find that type of propaganda for cigarettes anymore, but it's still out there with other things. So it isn't difficult to overcome our body's natural response to reject something like cigarettes. When we keep thinking that it makes us cool, it'll make us popular. It's what 9 out of 10 doctors recommend. That's something that you can overcome. And you can do it with anything. I've done it with things like sweet potatoes. I used to despise sweet potatoes, avocado, beans. But sweet potatoes were the number one thing that I had to actively tell myself that I liked and enjoyed while eating them. It may have taken me a full year due to my inconsistency at eating them, but I'm where I am now today, just like a cigarette smoker. So another thing is, when we're growing up in a certain environment and our food choices were not made consciously by us, but were made by our parents or by our situation, maybe that's all you had access to. That's all your parents could afford. It's all your parents thought at the time was appropriate to feed you as a child. Whatever. None of that is important right now. What's important is that now you have a certain taste for food. And especially foods that are processed or greasy, it leaves a layer inside the body. Grease leaves a layer. Oils leave films. And All these things collect, particularly in the olfactory area, the sinus cavity. It collects in this area, especially. It does collect down here too. High cholesterol from high fat diets. Cholesterol leaves a film inside the body. And that's why many people with high cholesterol have arterial issues, because there's a film of fat, aka cholesterol, that lines the arteries. So when we do a cleanse and we remove certain foods from our diet so that we're not putting them in anymore and giving our body the space and time it needs to remove those films, yes, our senses, particularly smell and taste, are increased. And that's why our senses can also be altered, because that film, it's like a lens, in the sense that a lens changes how light passes through it, or like a filter on a camera lens, changing how the light goes on the film. All these words are making me a little confused. So maybe you need to take some baby steps. Maybe by eating those things that you are willing to eat in the beginning, and telling yourself that you love them and you like them and they're making you stronger. They're going to make you breathe better. They're going to make you digest better. All of those things. Once you get past a certain level of film, once you remove a certain level of buildup, things are going to change. Taste will change. Preferences will change. One of the cleanse members is saying that now when he walks by certain foods in the grocery store, foods that he used to love, he just looks at them and his stomach turns. His stomach recognizes the information that his eyes are seeing and sending to his brain. He's like, oh, I see cookies over there. And his stomach turns, because his stomach knows what cookies are. It's that simple. So if it's that simple for me, and it's that simple for cigarette smokers, and it's that simple for the 14 people that were in my group cleanse, it can be simple for you too. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. Thank you.